you're just spamming, dude. You think that you're winning, that it means anything? It don't, dude. That's good. I enjoyed watching you play like 90% of the other Combat League people. You're so terrible, dude. You're fucking trash. You need to learn to play against... Dude, you were having trouble with the lowest tier character in the game, and you're playing the meta S tier. This is the absolute cream of the crop Mortal Kombat characters you're using right now. And I am using Sub-Zero, who was nerfed 12 times before the game came out. I got a match on you, and I nearly beat you, bro. And you're going to sit here and try to act like you're better than me? That's so hilarious. Show this video to anybody on YouTube and watch the comment section blow you up for how you cover your skill by using characters like this. It's that simple. When you suck at the game, here's the thing. Whenever you're good at the game, you do 30% combos here and there, but mostly you shimmy, you play the neutral, you punish when you're supposed to, and you beat them. But people who don't have skill and they don't know how to play a fighting game, they learn one, maybe two combos with a very overpowered character, because while you're doing those combos, you ain't got to worry about being good or technical at the game. All you got to worry about is, when do I push this button? When do I call this person out? So that means when you've got Raiden, which means if I was really bad on blocking, you could touch me 2 times, do a 50% combo for basically no resource, and beat me. And that takes skill out of the whole equation. All you're doing is hiding your terribleness. That's it. I know how to beat Raiden. I was beating you just fine. I've won the last 9 games in a row, my guy. I don't need any tips. See, here's the thing. Let me tell you one last thing, and I'll go. I promise. Whenever a sushi chef is looking to make the best sushi of his life, he chooses a fish that's almost rotten and out of date so that his cooking skills can shine through. If he gets the new fish, he's admitting that he cannot cook, that his skills can't show through in the food. So a great chef always gets a... Just listen, this is a parable. This is real. You can look this up. When a Chinese chef uses almost rotting fish for sushi, his skill can shine through that fish, and when it tastes good and you hear it's from a rotten fish, you must think, oh man, that chef is amazing. Look what he's done with such terrible ingredients. That's my philosophy in fighting games, any kind of game. If you use the worst possible thing imaginable and you learn to get good with that, then your skill is what's showing through. You're not being carried by the tools. You're being carried because you know what you're doing. You know how you're playing. See, what you're doing is you're covering up the lack of skill with better tools, when if you ask any stonemason, electrician, or anybody, any of those people, the better tools they have, the easier it is to do the job and the less skill they've got to use. But if you give a stonemason a crappy hammer and chisel, then of course, if you're a terrible stonemason, then they're going to produce shit. But if you give a master stonemason a terrible tools, he's still going to produce gold just like anybody else. And that's the facts. So if you run into somebody like Raiden and Jax and having to rely on these long 50% combos, that's obviously broken. And I'm using the most honest character in the game, Sub-Zero, and you lost to me once. You even had trouble every single match. You should have been wiping the floor with me, bro. You were hitting, you were mashing while I was blocking. You wasn't shimmying. You would teleport even though I'm going to punish you for it. You were doing the armored Superman whenever I was blocking it. It's those little things that show through your gameplay that show you're terrible. You're telling me I need to go to practice mode because I lost. No, listen, it's not about choking, dude. But here's the thing. Whenever you touch somebody once and do half of their health bar, You're telling me that my margin of error is 0.2%. Because if I mess up any, it doesn't matter if I'm doing the back two. I could do anything. And if you punish me for it, which you will, because every one of Sub-Zero's strings are interruptible, you can armor through any of his strings. His 1-2-4, you can armor through it. His 1-2-2, you can flawless block each individual hit if you were good enough. You could punish me thousands of times over. Well, here's the thing. I could go back and select my team, and I could pick Reiko and Darius, which is what I was playing, and I could win more matches. I could pick Shao Kahn and Motaro and win more matches. I could pick Raiden and Jax. I could pick Baraka and Cyrax. But here's the thing. I look on Kombat League, I look at the rank, and I don't see any Sub-Zero representation because people always default to the easiest thing. Now, I know video games is just for fun. If this is what makes you happy, then fine, do that. But to somebody who's serious about playing video games and fighting games in general, you've got to know that hiding your lack of skill with overpowered S-tier characters, see, this is the problem. If you stick with this combo and they end up nerfing it, then what are you going to do? You're going to play this, and then you're going to wait and look on Reddit or Twitter or YouTube. You're going to find the next broken thing, and then you're going to use that. You know what I'm going to be doing when they nerf everybody? I'm still going to be playing Sub-Zero. Whether he gets nerfed again or buffed, it doesn't matter. I like playing the character. I know that I'm going to lose more than I win in Kombat League most likely. But the thing is, I know that I'm using an honest character, and when I do win, I know it's because I outplayed the other person, and not because I did some 50% combo twice because they messed up. That's fulfilling to me. So you saying I need to train, that I need to practice the Raiden matchup, dude, it's almost impossible to block 100% of every attack you do. Even if you watch the pro players, they mess up 2 or 3 times a match. Even the pro players who do it for life. Yeah, you can. You can condition me. It's not just about what you can react to. You can condition somebody to get hit by anything. You can do Raiden's low for the whole first 2 matches, and then start doing his overhead and catch me off guard. And because you're playing Raiden, the one time that I make the wrong decision on what I'm blocking, boom, half of my health is gone. So basically what you're sitting there telling me is, oh hey, just don't make any mistakes at all. And that's impossible for any person, ever, anywhere. Eventually, even if I block the low, eventually something you do is going to catch me off guard 50% of my life. Now how does that take any skill? Let me ask you that. Did you really have to try for those combos? No. You did a string into his down back 2, then you called Jax, a string down back 2 Jax, a string down back 2. That's nothing, dude. All you're doing is hiding your skill with overpowered characters. That's just simply what it is. You can say that I'm mad or that I'm mad I lost. Dude, I'm like positive 8 games in Kombat League. I could care less if I lose. The fact that I'm playing Sub-Zero, I've already accepted the fact that I'm going to lose more than I win. I'm okay with that. Oh, I'm having a lot of fun, especially when I come up against people like you who think they're doing good because they see a win, and that's fine. You got to win. You're right. You got to win. I'm fine with getting beat. I'm fine with going up against Raiden and Jax for the 18th time today. I'm fine going up against Baraka and Cyrax for the 20th time today. Because I know that if the playing field was equal and they was at my level, at Sub-Zero's level, they would never beat me. You would never get a match on me if you played the same way Sub-Zero plays. But unfortunately, since Sub-Zero is the lowest tier character in the game, unless you play Sub-Zero, you're not going to have a chance to play on the same balanced level that I am. Therefore, when you win, hey, it's the name of the game. If I wanted to just win and rank up and that's it, I would just do what you're doing and play Raiden and Jack and turn my brain off. Hell, I'd probably turn on Hulu while I'm playing and catch up on my shows. Because, I can do that combo watching Hulu. I mean, it's simple stuff. I want you to have a good night, and I want you to keep getting your easy wins with your overpowered characters.